Okay, this is a little bit, well, first off, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. If you didn't know, now you do. This is a little bit of a different subject than what I normally cover. The next two videos are kind of be a little different, but I think that they're important in their own aspects and in their own rights. The first one is we're going to talk about Eugenia Cooney. The first thing I want to say is this is not a video that's made to bully her or made to negate her progress, because I am extremely happy to see her looking well. I am extremely happy to see that she has put on weight. I'm very, 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 very happy and proud of her for that. But we have to talk about how she got there, and we have to kind of talk about the fact that I liked watching the Shane Dawson thing. I watched it. I went to Eugenia's channel. I even subscribed to her channel in hopes of showing some support. I mean, I know my measly subscribe won't matter, but at the same time, I want her to get better. I want her to continue to succeed. But I also happen to watch Jaclyn Glenn, and I know that Jaclyn Glenn spent years behind the scenes trying to help her. I know that she was desperate to get her help. And you say, well, you don't know Jaclyn Glenn and you don't know Eugenia, which I don't, but I've been in Jaclyn's situation. I have been there watching a friend slowly starve themselves to death and begging them to eat and trying to gently talk them into it, and them not listening, them just getting smaller and smaller, and there's nothing you can do, because there's just nothing that can be done without doing what Jaclyn did. And what she did was extremely courageous. Blah. I will learn to speak to you guys one of these days. It's extremely courageous, and it's extremely important that we understand that if everything she's saying about Eugenia's mother is true, it's dangerous. Now, the reason I tend to believe Jaclyn Glenn on this situation actually comes from just reading between the lines on some situations, and also in the Shane Dawson documentary, you could kind of see where Eugenia was, although well looking, although healthy looking, and I am so glad to see that she is, and I'm gonna get so much hate down in the comments that I'm stepping outside of my realm, and I totally am here, but it needs to be said. She danced around the subjects. She didn't really talk about her mother, and like the one time that her mom was kind of anywhere, she just ran out of the kitchen on a non-working TV, and that to me is suspicious. The fact that they had to, I mean, go watch Jaclyn's video. Go watch it and then come back and give me some hate, because you can tell where she's visibly upset and how traumatic that was. And once again, I've been there. I have been there with a friend who would not eat. I have been there with a friend who the people around her enabled her to do what she wanted. And she's fine now, but she wasn't always fine. And for that, when you're sitting there and you're watching your friend starve herself, you do what you have to get your friend help. And she's absolutely and totally 100% correct when she says that I would rather have a mad friend than a dead friend. And I agree with her. You have to understand where she was coming from. And a 5150 is a big deal. It's not something people come to lightly. I have had 5150s on members of my own family. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing when you have to use the system, and the system is not your friend. I can tell you right now, it takes a lot to have the nerve to do that. And for her mother to then turn around and to try and have Jaclyn arrested for kidnapping, when all she was trying to do is save Eugenia's life. And I had not paid that much attention to Eugenia, because I'm not going to lie, the older videos of her when she is that skinny trigger the living crap out of me. They bring back trauma in my life that I'd rather not have. And oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm gassy. I can't help it. Sorry. It brings back trauma in my life that I'd rather not. So I would see her and I couldn't watch. But I went back and I watched the last video she made before going into treatment. And it's bad. Like, I understand why Jaclyn intervened when Jaclyn intervened. I guarantee you, had Jaclyn and the rest of her friends not intervened, Eugenia would not be alive today. And although she's mad now, I hope that in a couple years' time, as long as she's continuing to get help and she branches out and she gets what she needs, that she understands that the people that had her committed, that went and got her help, did it to save her life, that she's alive because people loved her and still love her. And I hope that she reconnects with them, and I hope that her recovery goes better. I'm trying to be as kind and as gentle to both sides at this point because I understand where Jaclyn's coming from, but at the same time, I really, really want to support Eugenia. I really, really, really hope that she is doing better. I really hope that we don't see her relapse. Odds are, unfortunately, like a lot of people with mental illness, there could be some relapsing, and there could be some issues that she may have down the future. And we should be kind and understanding and supportive of her no matter what. No one should ever give up on Eugenia, and people should stop bullying her. I haven't checked because I try to stay away from his channel, but I'm sure Onision's going to make some god-awful something or another. Please don't watch his video on that. Please don't support him in that, because the amount of videos he made on Eugenia is disgusting and absolutely just nauseatingly gross. And I think that it is important that if you are going to support her, that you do so in a way that helps her, that does not degrade her, that does not tell her that she would be prettier if she put on more weight. The more you focus on how they look and the weight, the more it's going to be an issue. Encourage therapy, encourage that she continues to get help, but don't sit there and talk about her in a way that is going to degrade her. She's uncomfortable. She's clearly uncomfortable. There's clearly more to the situation than what we understand. And I'm asking my audience, as small as it is, to please be supportive of her. Please be supportive of Jaclyn, because all Jaclyn did was try to help her. I don't always agree with Jaclyn on everything. As most people, I don't agree with most people on everything because, I question pretty much everyone and everything, which I encourage you to question me as well. Question my motives, question everything. But just be kind to Eugenia as she comes back. Be kind to Jaclyn, who did nothing more than try to help a friend. And remember that if you wouldn't say it in person, don't say it on the internet, because it still has that detrimental effect. And I don't want to see Eugenia relapse. I don't want to see Jaclyn Glenn get hurt. I don't want to see something awful come out of the situation. And I hope with every fiber of my being that she's going to be okay. And I hope that she reconciles with her friends. And I hope that this turns out to be an amazing comeback story. I look forward to watching it. I hope you do the same. And I will see you later.